All right, now I cut the head off of my red pepper, and we're just going to reach inside, take out that center, and get rid of it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to make some nice little, and we'll leave that alone, we're going to make some nice little juliennes out of our wonderful red pepper. And again, this is a pretty easy trick. Cut it into quarters, get them in a nice stack. Here, we'll just play, this is like 3-card Monte with peppers. We'll just stack them up. We'll take a good-sized knife here, and we'll make some nice slices. Isn't that efficient? Now, you just want to make sure you don't have your little finger curled out underneath there, because otherwise you'll go chop, chop, chop. And oh boy, it'll be like Julia Child on Saturday Night Live. You know that spoof they did? Now, what you want to do is be careful and cut up the little ends individually. And you know what? We're just going to pile them. Look at that. We're just going to pile them right on top of those other vegetables. And that's just where we're going to leave them. Now, take a look over here in the saute pan right next to Honey Bear. You're going to see that we are stirring up our wonderful, wonderful coconut and broccoli stalks, nuts, and hot peppers and cardamom, and that's starting to get colorful. Now, take yourself a cup, a half cup, any kind of cup measure, and we're going to combine some spices. We're going to take some cumin. We're going to take 1 level teaspoon. It's a little more than level. What do you think, John?
A little bit.
All right, so we'll put it in. Okay, and we are going to take some turmeric. Beautiful color to this. Wonderful color, a level. Oh, well, a little more than level, it's okay. We are going to take a half teaspoon of white pepper. Wonderful, wonderful. Ooh, that's cumin again. Ooh, boy. We'll just take and put this wonderful half teaspoon of white pepper and a half teaspoon of salt. Shake those spices up, and we have our own homemade curry powder. That's right. Now, what we're going to do is just take this powder and just sprinkle this wonderfully on our veggies in here and give them a stir up. And what would any dish I cook be without garlic? Yes, sirree. I got the itty-bitty jar of garlic. Now look at this. Look how little garlic is left in there. I think I cooked breakfast and lunch. Now let's cook dinner. All right. Now, 1 tablespoon of garlic. Listen to that sizzle. Get this all stirred up. You're going to get these things nicely associated with each other. And we'll stir them up for a second. And then we'll forget about them. Now, we'll take a look here. Take a look in this pot. We're just going to glance at our rice. The rice with the coconut milk must be cooked very slow. It is starting to plump up. It's not finished yet. You're going to have to check it constantly. That means every couple of minutes so that you don't burn it. And it ends up nice, plump, and tender. Now, look in the saute pan. Notice that some of the spices are beginning to burn to the bottom. That's good. That means the time is right. We got our vegetable. Look at our beautiful vegetables. This might be a salad, but it's not. All right, right in here it goes. Yes, our Ceylon hot stuff. Oh, boy, get that in there. Get those other little babies. Woo! Frisbee! Now, what we want to do is we want to just toss this in. This is going to be a very full pot. You want to have made sure that you were a good biker and you see this big chunk of broccoli like that. Break them up into small pieces. You don't want them too big. You're going to toss them around and toss them around and toss them around. This is almost like stir frying, but not quite. Now, what we're going to do is toss this just a little bit more. The big difference between Indian and Ceylonese spices is twofold. One is heat and the other is texture. The Ceylonese food is much hotter than Indian food, and the texture is much crisper. Now, we are going to just pat this down. Now, Mr. Freeze, are you ready for some traveling music? Because I left my pot lid over there.
And away we go.
All right!
You better be back in 2 seconds before I'm done. It looks like time for one more chorus.
I couldn't find it. So, we'll just use that. Now, you need to have some type of lid. You're going to take that same measure. You're going to take a half cup or so of water. A little bit extra. You're gonna pour it on, and you're gonna put your pot lid cover on, and you're gonna let that steam a little bit. That's a funny looking lid. But hey, you know, where's my lid? Okay, we'll leave Honey Bear there to make sure that doesn't go anywhere. Now, this is an interesting, exciting dish. It is fantastic. The flavor is absolutely outrageous. Now, it's steamed a little bit. Let's take a look. The trick here is to deglaze. It's gonna be kind of hard to see. Maybe I'll just take a bowl and get some of it out of here, right? The bottom of the pot, where you've burned the spices on, the spices are still there. So you want to stir this. Could you see that? I don't think so. Right down there on the bottom. See where it, yeah, you can see it right over here. The spices are glazed to the pot. This is a French technique. Now, Ceylon, those poor people, they were conquered by so many folks. So what they did was they picked up culinary tricks from everywhere. Stir it and stir it and stir it. Deglaze it. Get the burnt stuff dissolved in that liquid. And then you get yourself ready to sit back and eat some hot, delicious food. So, you sit back, you relax. When we come back, we're going to cook and eat with fire. All right! So, now, we got some rice. Look at this beautiful rice. It's got a nice, creamy sauce, wonderful, spicy, and delicious. Check out these outrageous veggies. They're crispy, they're crunchy, the flavor is outrageous, nuts and coconut. Oh boy, if you want the recipes, now, you'd have to be nuts and raisins and coconuts if you didn't want to try delicious food like this. Take a look at this. This is fantastic. Delicious rice with a great, creamy, sweet sauce, sweet and hot, and wonderful, crunchy, fresh vegetables with coconuts and cashews. It's outrageous. Now, you're an outrageous audience. I love the time we get to spend together. It's almost as much fun as riding the bike, and if I can get out of this apron, I'd say you could win this t-shirt. All you gotta do is ride in. So remember, eat hot, ride safe, and every week we're gonna get together and do what? Cook with fire! All right!